So it's actually live. Sweet. Chat. Let's go here. Let's see if it's live from my other channel on my phone. Hold on. You wonder what this is? It's just a possible redraw of a little monster girl here. Not little, but not exactly a girl, it's more of a woman. But, you know. Not little, but not exactly a girl, it's more of a woman. Yeah, so it works. Good to know. Anyways, I'm gonna switch again. And if you want me to answer questions, I will, but can't guarantee that I'll be very good. This is just a test stream. I am not used to live streaming. In fact, I'll even comment that. Not used to live streaming. Not used to streaming. If things get awkward, I'm sorry. Should be good. Hopefully it stays live, because randomly it just like cut out, and I'm not sure what to feel about that at all. How do I feel? Do I feel about that? Do I feel about it? What even is feeling about something, huh? Also, something, I don't know. This is just a random test stream, honestly. But, if you guys, or girls, or whatever you are wondering, what the heck, why are the shoulders so broad on all your females? Well, I'll tell you why. So, I don't know. It's just something I noticed, and obviously it's good to have some, like, in some cases, yeah, women tend not to have that broad of shoulders, but, you know, women can have broad shoulders, and just female people can, because, like, at least the women in my family have, like, ridiculously broad shoulders, like, broader than most of the men we know. So, or not most, but a good number of the men we know, or cis male people we know. So, you know, given that's the case, but, you know, we're cis female, so, given that that's the case, like, you know, that's just how we look. Obviously, you can look that way and be whatever you are, if you're trans, or binary, or whatever, but you know what I mean, though. Yeah, this is awkward, but basically, I just kind of noticed that in the art world, or not the art world, but just, like, kind of something I noticed, that, people tend to think that women in general don't have broad shoulders, and I'm like, but they totally do. It's just, you know, maybe the pictures that use, like, the stock, not the stock, but, like, you know what I mean, sorry, you don't know what I mean. What I'm trying to say is kind of like those things that are kind of clip art or something, or, like, just kind of what we imagine the human body has to look like and how it has to fit into, and, like, no, it could be outside those constraints too. Like, no, not everyone's fingertips reach X part of your body. I know people with fingertips that reach the tops of their knees, and they're sure that may not be what we necessarily consider all the time to be anatomically correct, but at least for them, I guess it is. I don't know. I'm no doctor. Sorry, I don't know. It's just a random test. There's something I observed, and I thought I'd talk about there. I don't know. Just saying how I think it's interesting that people, I mean, I can see where some cases, yeah, women don't have as broad shoulders as men, but, like, at least the women in my family, we have very, very broad shoulders. In fact, broader than some of the men in our family, or men that we know. And that's a good number, at least in my case, and a few other people's cases. And, you know, they're still anatomically correct, so just, I don't know, some little observation. This is going to be very awkward. I'm not used to doing streams, so if you guys are like, what the heck? What are you talking about? You're really confusing us. Yeah, I'm an incoherent mess. It's just, I call for that reconnection success. Is my stream even live still? Okay. That's lovely. Let's redo this. Woo! I don't want anyone seeing anything. So, yes, it is still live. That's great. I don't know if anyone else is watching. If you're watching, cool. Hi. Nice to see you. Leave a comment if you're not me watching, if you're not Hawk Girl AJ or LittleHawk Artist, because that's me. Both are me. Yeah. I don't really use the Animal Jam channel. I don't really play that game. I thought I was going to, but just for the art option, but I don't know. I don't know if I really going to be playing that game much. But don't know, it just doesn't spark my interest as much as it used to. I mean, I'll go back every once in a while and I might record. Big might, not necessarily will, you know. Oh. Also something I noticed, I guess I could say with anatomy, people are like, boobs can't be pointy, but then I'm just here, I'm like, I don't know, I've seen that critique, and obviously critiques are great, but something I'm thinking about, like, you know, I know, sorry about zooming into boobies, but I want to see how correct they are, but, basically, like, you know, boobs can be pointy. It's called a cone bra, like, I don't know if that's the actual name for it, but it's the 150s or 60s. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'm like, oh, they can be. They can be, but maybe not naturally. Don't know, just some weird anatomical stuff I noticed that obviously, critiques are great, critiques are fine, but at the same time I'm like, what if this is a possibility? Not saying people have to keep everything in mind, it's just something I don't know, for some reason it just enters my brain and I'm just like, oh, that's really interesting. What if that were the case? Although I'm sure the artist would probably mention it if that were the case. It was just a weird idea that came to mind. Random things pop into my head, and you know what, this is a test stream, I'm just gonna say the random things that pop into my head, and you all are going to have to endure it. All the awkwardness, yes, you have to endure every last bit of it. So, yeah. And yeah, again, I think I said this earlier, but just kind of drop a comment if you're not either one of my accounts, and so I can see which one of you lovely people, or how many of you lovely people are watching this, and I apologize for the awkwardness you all have to endure. It's just a nice little treat you have, because you're a viewer of mine. You know? It's a little treat. Should I have this thing have eye bags or not? That might be interesting. Give him some eye bags, yes. Girl needs some sleep, coffee, something. Yeah, she needs the shut eye. I gave her some nice shoulders here that are kind of uneven, but I don't give a crap anymore. Like, humans aren't completely I mean, yeah, give it relatively kind of symmetrical, as in, like, unless you're going for that sort of look, like, unless you're drawing somebody who is intentionally like this, you know, maybe don't have one eye, like, too far down in comparison to the other, unless, of course, their face is actually structured like that, or, like, they have a deformity, in which case, yeah. And also, don't take my word as gospel, I don't know, it's just something I think of. I'm just like, you know, humans, no matter how symmetrical we might seem to be, we're not all that symmetrical. We really aren't. We really, really aren't. I've yet to meet someone who is 100% symmetrical. The moment I do, I will be very shocked. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. You all, like I said earlier, are gonna have to deal with random thoughts popping in and out of my head that I'm just deciding to share with you guys. You all will have to suffer. Yeah. Can others even comment? That's another good question. Can others even comment? Huh. Let's see. Turn off volume. Am I still considered live? Yeah. Let's go from this to my Hawk Girl AJ. So drop a comment so you all know which one's me. See. Chat publicly. Okay, you can chat publicly. This is good. Hello. So hello. And yep, it's me. It's me. Both are me. No one's really watching, are they? Anyways, whatever. I'll probably just share this, actually. What should I do? Yeah. Copy. Hmm. Yeah. Um, 3 to watch if you want to endure. But is it truly random though? I don't know. He's saying, not the random stuff, my incoherent rambles. Incoherent. Is that actually? Oh, I spelled it right. Want to endure my incoherent muttering. Yeah, that's basically what this live stream is. You all have to suffer. I'm not really bad. I don't know. I don't know. I can only say what I am based off, 1, what I think I am, and 2, what others have said about me. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. What colors did I even pick? Oh yeah, that's from when I drew Bardu. Okay. Guys are like, who the hell is Bardu? Well, I'll have to do an OC chat about him. So, you're gonna have to keep watching my videos, because eventually I'll do an OC chat that involves Bardu. Somehow, somewhere, some way. Actually, that's not actually the color I was going for. I think it was more like that. So I'm going based off my Copic color, and not actually necessarily completely what's on here. I'm awful. See. And the letters instead, I know how to say. Yeah, I'm not about to actually sing, because I can't sing. To save myself, if someone had me at gunpoint and ordered me to sing, they would probably just end it early. Yeah, I'm not that good. Did I mention I'm bad at singing? Yeah, some good colors, I guess. I don't really color. Okay. I assume they go well together, not really, I don't know. I don't even know what I was assuming. Was I assuming? Was I really assuming? Or should I just kind of use this as just a frame of reference and just kind of go in with, yes! My inner snake coming out. My pet has possessed me. Okay, that's really awful for me to say, but, you know, I think I can make jokes at the expense of my own misery, right? Right? Totally, that's how it works. But let's try to redraw that, because I did that other thing with the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I like them. They're pretty nice, especially just to get my concepts out, or just to add something to my Copic drawings. Also, I think I'm gonna do a new intro into Copic's thing, because I found even better paper that I like, that I feel like y'all should take a look into. See, if you haven't tried it before. Now, of course, it may not be everyone's piece of pie, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, whatever you want to say, but it may not be everyone's favorite, but I like the crescent render, because I can use both sides of the paper, and the Copic markers will not bleed through, and yeah, you can't really go very heavily with water-based medium, which sucks. It really does, but I can just use my mixed media Canson sketchbooks for that. That's decent enough paper. I mean, it's not the best for watercolor, but it's not too horrible. And I'm not about to use some, I think I got it either last year or the year before that, like a while ago. I had some like arches. No, expensive, but not really if you get it from Blake's, because you can get it for like, what, $30? At least in person you can, and less with the discount and or possible sales and coupons going on. I got it when it was a sale, so I got the Arches watercolor paper, like $25. Keep in mind the same exact, like everything, like the same exact pad of paper that you would get at Michael's for like $70-something. So I think that says it all. Nothing against Michael's. They have some pretty good sales around the holidays, and they have some nice products you can get there, and it's closer to me than Blick's, but, you know, it's decent. And if you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry. It's my family, and I'm not about to tell them to shut it anytime soon, so too bad. Is that the right tone? Does that really match, that a little saturation less? I think it's the brightness, like, it's more like that. Yeah, that's what I envisioned it to be more like. Okay, that's more like it. And let's see. Let's use this as some lipstick color. Okay, I have some eyeshadow here. Some eyeshadow. Gotta have something. I like eyeshadow. I don't know. I like makeup. I want to do some makeup tutorials, but you know, I don't have very many products. I've been wanting to, but I don't have very many products or brushes for that matter. I think I have like what, 6 brushes? Yeah. I don't have like the 20 million brushes that every beauty guru seems to have somehow, somewhere. They just have like 20 million brushes just on hand, and I'm just like, I can't afford any of that. Like, as much as I can't afford things like Copics, I can't afford that, which I know it sounds like kind of weird, but like, you know, I save my money usually towards art supplies, and, well, technically makeup's an art supply, but, you know, I save it more towards art supplies such as Copics, I should say, and things like that, or, other things, like, you know, when I had my snake, obviously, I saved it towards things for my pet, and things like that, and, now that I have, I guess, less to spend money on, and I do need to save some for when I eventually go to college, once I'm obviously out of my normal schooling, because, you know, I still have to go through all of high school and everything, so, yeah, once I'm done with that, even before that, I should probably be saving towards college, because obviously if I want to go to something, especially if it's an art college, it won't be cheap. Art college isn't cheap, but I totally want to go because I want to get into character design. Really, really do. It's just a dream of mine. It's my dream. I don't know. I think it's been like that since I think middle school. Cause like, okay, prior to that, I think I wanted to work with like animals. I think that's what it was. That was the second or third. I don't know. I guess right now I just want to. When it comes to careers, I've really narrowed it down to an artistic job because, you know, I like art. It's what makes me happy, and on top of that, I want to make others happy with my art, and I want to make something that people can also enjoy, and I don't know, I feel like I just want to do that, and I feel like I can really get that across when it comes to character designs, because I love designing characters, I love making characters, and, you know, if I can share what I would love to do with others like that, honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. It's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I don't want to get paid, so I'm be working for a company, because that is more likely to be guaranteed that I'll actually get paid what I'm supposed to. Not saying I don't trust any of you, it's just that, yeah, I've heard the commission horror stories, and yeah, I don't think I'd be the best person in terms of putting up with that. I'm just gonna be honest, I probably won't put up with that, but most some of the bull crap people have to go through, I would not put up with it. I mean, I put up with it. I'd still be as professional as possible, but how professional I can't guarantee, okay? Okay. I think you all get the idea. Layer. Why do I? Oh yeah, these have like color palettes for my characters. Whoops. There's Kiki, Natasha, and a few others. Actually, the first OC chat I'll do, if I ever do an OC chat, will be with Natasha, because, you know, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I know she's just my story, but it is, you know, she is one of the main characters, no matter how enjoyable or great she is as a person, no matter how, you know, enjoyable she is to be around, I suppose she's just one of the main characters, so, you know, because of that, I think I want to be able to discuss her, and then Tiki, which is one of the other main characters. I'm not saying the others aren't necessarily main, they're just, you know, maybe you don't see their perspective nearly as much as those two. And, you know, I don't, as much as I like it when there's, obviously, you have characters where you have some enjoyable traits, I like that, and the characters, like, no matter how flawed, I guess they have some enjoyable traits to them, but, you know, I want to have it so there's a little bit of a, you know, yeah, it's edgy, but I just want to have something that, you know, maybe is kind of out of the norm, or not necessarily doing it because of that, but, you know, I just want to do something that I feel that I want to get out there without feeling like I have to, you know, kind of be like, oh, they have to fit into this mold. I don't want to necessarily have to fit into that when it comes to my characters in my comic, because, you know, I think I can kind of have some creative liberties here. After all, is my work, and it is my story, it is my world, it is all that, and I think I can kind of do that. And yeah, I do touch up on some very sensitive topics, like I said a million times, like alcoholism is one of them. And I can see where that would be, the topic could be legitimately triggering to some people, so obviously when I do videos that contain that sort of thing, I will put a trigger warning, and I will obviously have a little, you know, thing that says, oh hey, here's what the trigger warning is, because I understand that that's actually legitimately be a problem for some people, and I understand why completely. So obviously, to be respectful of that, I will just kind of plop a trigger warning. I don't know why. Quick thing. Usually I don't do Control S or like Control Z. I like to do it like manually for some reason. I feel like I'm the only artist that does that and who doesn't use like their I don't know, I think they're called express keys or whatever they are. Basically, I don't use the hotkeys or whatever you want to call them, the smart buttons or whatever. I don't know. People call them all sorts of things. I've heard them been called all sorts of things, but you know, I don't usually use it. I don't know why. I probably should. It would probably make things a lot easier. I just don't. For some reason, I like doing it manually. I don't know why. I just do it. It makes things go longer, but, you know, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I like doing this. I just fall into a habit, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is great. Oh, her boob looks super deformed. Okay. Do I want a super deformed boob? It's not what I'm going for. Maybe I could do something where it's kind of poking out like this, but I'd have to even it out to this other side. Let's see. If I were to do that, filter. Hue. Not that. Filter, contrast, yeah. Color deepen, yes, and brightness. That seems a little bit better. That seems better, okay. Yeah, that does seem better. So I can actually, oh no, don't do that there. But I can do this, which kind of then can even out in accordance to it. I'm totally discoloring this, but I don't care. Yeah, I think that was just some sketchy parts. Now I can see what I didn't want to do. Okay, I'm a mess. Well, let's see if there's any comments. Oh hey, I love the drawing. Yeah, oh, hiya. Would, it's awesome. I'm just looking at the comments. This is cool. Like, yeah, Michael's is great though. If you have Michael's nearby, I totally recommend it, especially if it's like around the holidays, like those little flip books, I think there's like 60-70% off, and I'm like, okay, get the pack of Copic chows. Okay, this is what I do. Yeah, I totally would. Yeah, I'm glad you would like to hear what I have to say. Oh, I know who Snakes is at. Not really. I don't know if they are. I'm just like, oh no, we're not really. Oh, yeah. And of course, and then at Faith. Yep. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I'm just replying to you guys live because, you know, I think it's great. Awesome. They do sell some pretty good stuff. Not can, but they do. Stuff. I do actually get my favorite pastels from there. Favorite pastels from there. Woo! So you guys get to deal with my incoherent. I don't know. I've said that a million times. I'm so sorry. I repeat things a lot. You guys will have to put up with that, unfortunately. Ugh. Oh no. No. That's not how it works. Yeah, sure, that works. That works. Okay, so what do I want to do for the hair? Because originally when I had hair, I wanted it to be lighter. But then I kind of booped up the contrast. Oh shit, ooh, that looks better. That looks better. Yes. I don't know. I guess my comic does kind of touch on some social issues. Maybe not ones that. I mean, yeah, they do touch on it, but maybe some of them may not be so prevalent in the West. I should say. Definitely some things that are touched on as well. And you know, I do have it. So like these things, I guess. Oh, as realistic as you can get in a fantasy setting where, you know, there are beings that can be over 10 feet tall and who can have magical abilities, as realistic as you can get there. Obviously, it's not very realistic. We don't have 10-foot elven-like beings with strange colored skin and eyes that can do that stuff. Like, no, we don't have that. But, you know, obviously there's some issues. There's some issues for sure, and within different species in their own societies, there are issues within that too, I would say. Definitely. So, yeah, I want to get, I don't want to, although spoil, not really, but like, you know, spoil what I have to say within the OC chats when I eventually do them, because, you know, I want to have something that you guys want to see, and I want to be able to surprise you guys, and, you know, show you guys, oh, there's this thing, or just, I don't know, show you guys what I'm doing without giving everything away before I do the OC chats. Yeah, I know I keep teasing you guys with that, but I will get to them, trust me. I will, maybe this week. I'm definitely going to be working on my comic a lot this week, as well as school, because, you know, school, it's school, okay? I think everyone has to deal with it at some point or another, and, well, not everyone, but almost everyone had to deal with it, or has to deal with it at some point or another, whether it's currently or it's in the past, because, you know, that's just how it is. I'm just tired, so, yeah, I don't know. I'm always tired, I don't know why. I'm just rambling at this point, but I don't know. If you guys are wondering what I'm drawing this thing, which I do traditionally. I think I said it earlier, but this is mostly for newer viewers. This is something I did just kind of with Copics. I just kind of sketched it out with these Faber-Castell, and went over in Copic, then I went over in white gel pen, then I went back over with Faber-Castell, and you get that, basically. That's what you get out of it. And, ooh, should I make the eyebrows that color or not? I should definitely tone down the blending if I'm gonna do that. I feel like if I'm gonna do that, I want to tone down that blending. Yep. Oh, I mean, right now. Should I probably erase that? Yep, let's get rid of that. And, oh, I could probably do that. Yeah, it's more of a soft eraser without being super, super harsh. I think that works better. Also, layer copy that layer a few times, and I'm going to see what the chat says on my phone real quick, just to see if there's anything I want to reply to here. Ooh, it's loading here. Okay, it's just my replies. Good to know! Also, hello 5 viewers. Good to see ya. I'm hoping that you guys haven't gone completely insane listening to my ramblings here. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm not sure how many people, watched that part, but just something interesting I noticed in a lot of art. Obviously, it's fine if you want to keep it this way. There's nothing against people who obviously want to keep their art this way. Nothing against any of that. Everyone can make their own artistic choices, no matter what they are. And something I noticed, though, is like, I don't know, like, I've dealt with it too, mind you. I've dealt with this too. Just I don't know, the need to make everything completely symmetrical. Like, obviously, I can understand some symmetry, like, unless they're going for that look. I mean, obviously, don't take my word as gospel, but generally, like, you know, maybe you don't want one eye sliding way too far down on the face, but you might want to have some symmetry there. But, like, something interesting I noticed the human body is that no matter how symmetrical things look, there's going to be just this element of asymmetry there. No matter how symmetrical things look. It's just something I've kind of picked up on. You know, say for example, I'll use my my hands they might look symmetrical, but in reality, my left hand is just slightly longer than my right hand. Why? Well, I don't know. I was just born like that. But it's just something kind of interesting. I don't know, something I noticed, like, you know, the human body, no matter how symmetrical it looks, I think there's just this level of asymmetry, and I think it's very, very interesting to look at, for sure. I don't know. I think it is. You can totally feel free to disagree with me, but, you know, I just noticed that, and this is not going over the way I wanted it to. Oh my goodness. Why? Why is that? Okay. Oh. And the nose, it's not there. That's why things look very weird here. Okay, I see. Well, besides it being, you know, not human, of course it's gonna look a little weird. When I have like a level of this? I don't know. I'm just I ramble when I do my art. Like, I always am like, do I want to do this or not? That's what I do when I draw. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I do it, and it's just something I do. I'm like, no, should I do this? Or, oh, that doesn't look right. I don't know. Sometimes I do that, or all the time I do that whenever I draw it, whether it's like live, whether it's like doing a speed paint, that too. I'm just like, you know, out loud, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just verbally going through the motions, and I'm just like, does that look right? Does that make sense, what I'm doing there? Things like that. And then I'm just like, oh, this probably appears very weird to anybody. But you guys, like, what is she doing? Is she okay? Also, if you have any questions for me, like, I will be willing to answer them here, provided that they are not about my comic yet, because I kind of want to do the OC chats first, so that there's some context, because with my comic, as much as character backstories are great, I don't want the comic to be one giant backstory. I want it to be, I guess, present day for them. Obviously, not modern, not to be confused with modern. It's not necessarily modern to us, maybe modern to them, but not modern in our case. Like, they don't have guns or anything like that. They haven't developed that sort of thing yet. They're not developed in that sort of way. That's about as much as I'll give away there. But, like, they're not developed, but, like, you know, just to keep in mind, like, it takes place, I guess you could say, in the present for them. So, you know, as much as backstories are great, I want to keep those mostly to the OC chats, because, you know, I think that I feel like for one, if I talk about the characters before I show the comic, it'll just really help. I've said it before a million times, and I'll say it again before I obviously do the OC chats, but I'll say it a million times before I eventually do the OC chats, which will probably be this week, no guarantees, that, you know, it'll really help add some context as to why they do what they do, because they do some very unusual things. Certain characters can just do some extremely unusual things that you're like, why are they doing this? I wouldn't do this, but then again, people, well, obviously some people do, but a lot of people in the modern day on Earth, usually that live in a first world country, tend maybe not to deal with all of these things. Some of these things for sure, but, like, maybe not within that context. I don't know. It's just something that I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that it will be very unusual and jarring unless it's kind of, like, talked about beforehand. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me in my head. I don't know if it makes sense actually being said out loud. It sounds kind of weird, but I hope that made sense. And yeah, I just feel like it really does, because otherwise you'll be like, yo, what's wrong with what, why are you doing that? Like, how is that even warranted? Like, excuse me, like, or like you see them do something, you're like, wait a minute, why are they doing this? I don't even know. Like, I don't want to do that to you guys. I want to have context. I don't know. I feel like for me, it works out better. I feel like it just to help explain some things. Otherwise, things will be a huge confusing mess, and obviously I don't want to do that to you guys. You guys are my very precious viewers and readers, or I guess watchers, unless you have already kind of read what I have, my first 3 pages. Like, you guys are my very precious viewers and watchers and all sorts of whatever you want to consider it. And, you know, I want to make it easier on you guys. I want to make it easier on all of you. Because, don't I feel like that's kind of cruel if I don't. I don't know. To me, it feels kind of cruel. So yeah. This seems about good. Do I need this sketch thing then, if this is the case? I might just keep it there, just in case. Maybe in a folder. Hey, I could do that. Okay. I need a folder. I'm gonna place you in there, and I'm gonna do that. Okay, that's better. That's better now. It doesn't get in the way, and I won't accidentally delete it. Let's look at the comments. We should start doing reaction videos. What laptop and art program do I use? I use a HP laptop, some Beats Audio, and I use Paint Tool Sci sometimes. Other times I will use Krita. I will also use Microsoft Paint, because Microsoft Paint is good. And if I ever do reaction videos, that would be interesting. I don't know. Would I be a good reaction video person? I'd probably just ramble the whole time. But that's cool. I'm just kind of answering, you know. Yeah. So I'm just going to answer right here. So, again, it's just test stream. Snakes. Snakes are great. Gotta love snakes. Snakes. I use, and I think this thing is like really old, several years old, HP laptop, not too sure of the model. It's secondhand, so yeah. And it has like one of those touchscreen laptops, and I use Paint Tool Sci. I also use Microsoft Paint and Krita. Do I have a TikTok? No. TikTok. I do not. I don't have a lot of the social media apps. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm usually too lazy to make an account, so it's great. It's totally great for me. I might do reaction videos if enough of you guys want that. I might. Big emphasis on might. It's not a guarantee. Videos if enough people would like to see that content. And I do not have many. I'm just answering, and I say it out loud as I'm typing anything. I say things out loud, like whatever I'm typing out loud. It's like really awkward, but it's just something I do. Many social media apps, because I'm too lazy. That content. Yeah, sure. But I do not have many social media apps, as I am quite the lazy on that level. That, and I don't like receiving like too many notifications, like usually, like, although I'm sure there's settings, but I don't want like a bajillion notifications when I wake up or something like that. And I don't, like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep them, you know, I might, but I don't know. I like them enough, but I get a lot of notifications, and it can give me anxiety too of that, and I just don't like all the clutter, which is kind of ironic because my room's a mess. Like, the constant, like, having too many notifications. Too many notifications. RIP. Do not. I'm just gonna kind of minimize that. Sorry about my awkwardness, by the way. I'm just fun to be around and fun to listen to. I repeat myself. See, this is why I always script, so I can minimize on this as much as possible, but even when I do script, I tend to just kind of go off on a tangent without any form of rhyme or reason. I just do it, and it is just a lovely, lovely experience. At least for me, because I'm just like, oh no. So I'm always just like, inwardly, I'm always just like, oh no, why did I do this? But yeah. Let's see. According to that, like, okay. Let's see, yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna go to play with some complementary tones. If you guys didn't know, a great way to spice up your artwork, whether it's traditional or digital, is to use the complementary tone of whatever you're using to shade. I learned this in an art class, actually. It's a very cool thing to do, and it can just kind of add this extra, I guess, dimension to your art. I think it does, at least with mine. I can't say for sure on anybody else's, but I think it just adds in a whole nother layer of dimension, and it just kind of makes the whole thing pop. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it totally does. But, you know, it just makes it pop. It makes it just go, woo, it looks beautiful. Well, I'm sure hope the drawing isn't going woo, but you know what I mean. Unless I write that in there, at which point, yeah, if you want to say that. I think you guys get the idea of what I was trying to say there, right? I don't know. Should I? Oh no, that would blend too much. That would work well. Hello. Yes. Just kind of blend that out. Because it just helps when it comes to making things, I guess, look that, I don't know, I tend to find that it looks good. I usually don't use white backgrounds. I don't know, they usually seem too drawing, but this time I'm going to use it because this has a level of, like, a white background to it, and I kind of did this weird egg-shaped thing. It's the one time I'll do anything with eggs, because anyone knows me in my real life, I'm allergic to eggs. Not anaphylactic or anything like that, but, you know, having an allergic reaction certainly isn't great. It's not one of the more fun experiences I've had, and I don't ever wish to repeat it. I avoid eggs like the plague. Well, chicken eggs. Well, fish eggs are a completely different thing. I get used to like them. I'm kind of indifferent to them now. They're not my favorite. They're not my least favorite. By fish eggs, I mean like caviar. Oh, they're alright to me. I mean, I don't hate them with passion or anything. I don't know. I just don't tend to be disgusted by that type of food. Usually. But other types of eggs, it's just a no-go for me, and it's just lovely. Should I just keep that blush line blue, or, that eye seems a bit too far down. Oh, girl, this is what you were talking about, now you're just... you're going onto the locked layer, that's why things are screwed up. Don't you guys hate it? Like, okay, I don't know, like, for any of my digital artists out there, don't you just hate it when you're, trying to draw, and, like, you're like, oh, why isn't it drawing? And then you realize you're drawing on, like, your reference layer that you have locked and totally separate from your other layers. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one who does this. I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure there's someone else out there who does it. But, you know, I find it kind of annoying, because I'm just like, oh, why isn't it... What? Okay. Bye. I'm trying to, air hug. Man, I should probably totally go down there. I don't know. I think they just kind of left already. Whoops. I am so sorry. I'm just gonna text them real quick. Cause it's family and they're leaving. So, I should probably go down there, but I can't go down there. Let's see. Yes, this. Yeah, have a great time out there. I can. Okay, sorry about the and I'm just gonna let them know. Just air hugs. Bye. Yeah, I can't go down there easily without, being gone for a long while, and I don't know, I should probably go down there, but, things are coming back later this week, sometime soon, I think, I remember, it might be, so, not sure, Either way, yeah, probably should have gone down there, but I think it's too late for that. Yeah, sorry about that awkwardness. I'm like, just kind of like, oh, which one should I do? And I probably should prioritize family. Next time, I'll definitely, I'm just letting y'all know that if anything like this ever happens, like obviously a family member has to leave or something because they're going somewhere, I'll probably pause a little bit or just mute my mic because, you know, my family probably be out there, you know, saying like bye, you know, it's family. Much as I love you guys, you know, family in my personal life does it does come first. If that makes any sense. Like, sorry if that seemed mean, it's just like, you know, family. It's family. You only get to see them so much, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Let's see the, YouTube comment section. Hi, do I remember you? Of course I remember you. My best friend, of course I remember you. Ah, yeah. How do you? I definitely remember you, actually. Of course. Any of my best friends I'd remember, don't you think I don't know. That's just a ramble. I always ramble random stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I remember you. You're awesome. My best friend. One of my best friends that, you know, I think it's, of course, one of those things. Ooh, should I put some highlight? Oh yes, I should make it orange, girl. Like, I know it doesn't match this. Screw it. I don't get it. It's just kind of my own version. My own digital version. Also, something I thought I'd mention. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but you don't need a fancy program like Sci to make good art. You really don't. In fact, all you need is pencil and paper. But, you know, at least digital-wise, you don't need necessarily a great program to make great art. You can have, like, something like MS Paint, and you can still make something really decent and pretty good, because, you know, I think I should probably revisit MS Paint, or do some more MS Paint tutorials. I know I've had a blending tutorial that was more for, like, a painterly look. It's not for, like, a smooth gradient that you get, like, Fire Alpaca or like, Psy 2 or something like that, but, like, you know, it's something for, like, if you're trying to say you're doing, like, a painterly piece, and you are using MS Paint, and you're like, I'm not sure what to do. It's just something to help everyone out who wants to kind of go for that look. Of course, if you want to use it in your regular digital, like, pixel stuff, I mean, you could try, you can do it, but I can't guarantee that you'll be getting the look that you are trying to go for, because I'm assuming that if you're just using the pixel pencil and things like that, and you're just using the pixel art, you're probably just going for pixel art, which is great. It's awesome. I love pixel art. It's great. I totally think it should have more recognition, but at the same time, I'm not sure how well that method would work if you're going for that. I mean, I'm sure it would work somehow, but you'd have to go over your lines and things like that. Like, you wouldn't just be able to do something once and not have to worry about it, or not once, but, like, you wouldn't be able to, like, you know, just do it and have your lines be undisturbed unless you were really careful. If you're really careful, your lines might be fine, but in most cases, I think the line work would be at least a little disturbed, and so, because of that, I think, you know, maybe that's not the greatest method to use if you're going for a more pixely look. Not saying you can't. I'm not your mom. I'm not you. I'm not in control of you, but, you know, I'm just saying that maybe it's not the greatest thing to do if you're going for a certain look, you know? Hopefully that made sense. Sure made sense in my head. I don't know. A lot of things make sense in my head, and then when I try to verbalize it, it just makes absolutely no sense, and it's just like, what are you doing? It's like, no, just stop. I don't know. It's one of those things. Again, why I use a script, because I need to be more coherent. You're just gonna deal with my incoherent rambling. Hey, don't actually do this. Don't actually drink, please. Take a sip of apple juice every time I say incoherent in this video. Just because obviously I don't want anyone, you know, having issues because they drank too much. That would not be something to promote on this channel. No, thank you. But, You know what I mean. I hope. Anyways, yeah. So just, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of airbrush some stuff in just so I have some points of like light that I want to get in there. And ooh, yes, I can probably just kind of boop, 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 boop. I like how it says like blending is at 2, but like it just seems to be better than that. I don't know. Doesn't it seem to be better than that? I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I think it is kind of slightly. Oh, I like the green tone. Ooh, add some new dimension to it. I think the face is just what's been worked on so far. The rest is kind of flat. Ooh, actually I heard that with this sort of thing, because it's supposed to be kind of like almost like a gold, kind of orangey yellowish gold. I've heard that if you want to do something gold, that it's good to shade with green. I've heard that. I think I heard that. I don't know if it was Brown with Waffles or one of those people. I think it was one of those YouTubers. I believe it was them. I'm not sure. I think it was. Or Lemnia Crescent, or Lemina? Whatever, I don't know who it was, but if I can find it, I'll link the video. But, you know, I saw a video that said that if you are, shading something, in order for making something look like gold, something that's a good idea to do is to shade with a greenish color, because, you know, it'll just make it look more gold-like, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it, I'll try that. I don't know. It's just something I saw somewhere, and I thought I'd mention it because I think that it could make some really cool looks, but, you know, obviously, again, you don't have to take my art ramblings as gospel. In fact, it's probably better that you don't, because I just kind of do things as they come. Like, I don't necessarily, do things that are well, not super unconventional when it comes to art, but I do some methods that are rather peculiar, such as sketching ballpoint pen and then go directly over in Copic marker, hoping to get as much smearage as possible, because I usually sketch in like a blue, like a dark blue or purple, because I just like the dimensionality. It just adds more dimension to the look. Again, I like adding dimension to my art pieces, as you can tell. You're like, okay, we get it. I don't know what you're actually thinking, but probably thinking something. I know you're thinking something. Probably bored out of your mind listening. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on in your heads, but I'm just guessing based off what I'm guessing somebody would feel in, I guess, your place. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just really tired, and I'm not used to streaming, and I'm very awkward, and trust me, when I do my OC chats, they'll be a lot more scripted than this. In fact, I'll have actual points to get to instead of just nothing to go off of and just testing things. Ooh, what if I did that? I don't want it just to be blending. Ooh, yes. Yes. Ooh, and what if I shaded with a little yellowy green? Oh, we're on to something. Okay. Ooh, what if I shaded with like a little bit of a blue-green? That might be interesting. Okay, okay. So what's your thoughts here, Hawk? Some purple, some of this, some of this. And, yeah, I think that's working out right. I feel like I'm getting the feeling I should check the chat. I like interacting with you guys. I don't like just mumbling. Okay, people are still... I want to see how many people are viewing. Are any of you still viewing? Let me know. I would be shocked if anyone is, because this is really bad live stream. It's a really bad live stream, actually. It's even considered a live stream at this point. Let's see if I can go from my other channel. Ooh, I can. It shows that I'm live. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. And there's one viewer. Sweet. I scared all of you away. I think. Did I scare all of you away? I'm not sure. Yeah. Just feel free to come and go as you please. I might actually, should I, how is it saying, okay, thank God. Yeah, copy. I should probably make a journal saying I'm live too, huh? Copy. I don't know, if I ever make any more social media, it'll probably be like Tumblr or something. I'm live, test streaming. if you want to listen to me, my incoherent blanks, just watch. I stumble. Oof. Incoherent ramblings, mutterings. You want to listen to my incoherent muttering? Stumble. Woo! I'm just making a journal, so everyone can watch this and endure whatever hell I'm putting them through. Ooh, I have 4 notifications. Probably not going to be... I think I have 3 favorites. Oh, I have another favorite. Nice, nice. Thank you all. Thank you. I appreciate every single favorite, comment, and any sort of thing I get on any of my art pieces and my videos. I just really appreciate any sort of viewership or anything. Not just viewership, just like anything that I get out of you guys. Because, you know, I'm a small channel. I'm a small artist. Like, I really appreciate, you know, you guys sticking with me. Because I'm not exactly what I'd call interesting. By any means, I'm pretty boring if I say so myself. But the fact that someone finds enjoyment out of whatever the heck I'm doing, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that a lot. Did I ever get any reply to my text? Probably not. Whatever. I don't think that would be quite where the ear begins. And yeah, should I probably do things with the ear? Yeah, I should probably do something with the ears here, huh? Should I just use this? Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm doing. I just do things as they come. Kind of. Not really. Depends on what it is. If it's something awful that I know is awful, I won't do it. But if it's something I'm like, ooh, that seems interesting, I might do it. I just get just grossly fascinated and curious, and I just do things. Whether or not they're the greatest idea for me, I'm not sure. Yeah, I should totally fix up what I do. I don't know. Or if I feel strongly about something, I'll do something as well. I don't know. Like, how interested are you guys in my OC chats to begin with? I don't know if you guys are even interested, or... Ugh. I'm just tired. I need some rest. I need some rest. Ooh. I want to see if I have any more viewers. Because I did post that link. I doubt anyone saw it, and if they do, I'll pass. If you didn't pass, well, let me know, because I can appreciate that. Check on my phone. And let's see. Ooh, 1 watching now. That's awesome, actually. Could change, though. And 1 watching, and yeah. I do remember that it was at 6:55, so not that long ago. Man, I'd normally be going on Idle Heroes right now. I do that. I play that game. Do any of you guys play Idle Heroes? I don't know. I do. I play it sometimes. When I'm bored, usually. Or when there's nothing to do at lunch or something, I'll just kind of play some Idle Heroes. Not sponsored, by the way. I don't think anyone would really sponsor me. I'd be, you know, it'll be a cold day in hell the moment I get sponsored. Which is fine, because there's no one for them to send any money to. I can't exactly have, like, you know, PayPal, because I'm a minor. Duh. that would get me banned, and God knows what else. Let's not do that to myself, okay? What does this do? Like, what does the... I feel like it's not... Persistence, I feel like... No, that's not what I'm going for. This is why one of the things I don't like about this tool. It just kind of gives the tone that you're not going for, and it's weird. Yeah, sorry about any audio issues, by the way. I'm just kind of rambling, and I usually just kind of say whatever I want about my art, like, out loud. Just kind of like, oh, should I do this? Or, oh, just kind of, like, I don't know. Or just, like, kind of making decisions about my own art as I'm making it out loud. I think I've said it earlier. I did say it earlier, but it's gotten me into some awkward situations. It's gotten me into some awkward situations, saying things out loud as I'm doing my art. Yeah, sorry about that. My headphone, just kept coming out of my ear, my mic. Yeah, I use headphones as a mic, so, yeah. Maybe, I don't know if it's a great idea, but I do it, and it's worked out so far. I just used some skull candy, like, inked, whatever. Used to use some, I think some, cassia? I'm not sure what it's called. I forget what it's called. I think it was cassia? I don't know if it was that. It was something like that. It was either that or some sort of Sony thing. It was something. It might have been Sony, or what Sony I had. Why am I thinking Sony? Sony headphones exist? I don't know. I think they do. There was some sort of headphone, basically, that I used to use previously, and they're alright. I mean, these are alright. They're not perfect. They're not like Blue Yeti. They're not like a Blue Yeti mic or anything like that. But you know, they're something. They exist. Whether that's for good or bad reasons, you can decide. Yeah. Also, if you guys have any questions, like, I'm up for answering those again. Like, it can even be just something as simple as, why the heck are you doing this, Hawk? Like, this isn't interesting. Or just, what are you drawing? Or just feel free to ask anything. Just, again, I probably won't answer much if it's something comic related on this channel. If you have questions about my comic, or if you've read it already, you know, just talk, maybe say it in, like, the comments on the comic, because, or, like, notes, because I don't want to spoil anything for the viewers of this channel, so, you know, yeah, that, basically. Should I just, I should do this. Where is the light source on this? Do I need a light source on this? Or can I just kind of make it up, because I don't care? I don't know. I probably should, but, do I care, though? Do I care, though? Do I care to make a light source on this? I don't care enough to talk about it. I don't know. Something. Something. That's all I have to say about my art. It's something. That's one way to describe it. For sure. My older art is hot garbage. For sure. I don't even know. Like, it's kind of embarrassing for me. Obviously, I'm fine that people enjoy my older works or whatever, but, like, it's the most popular, so, like, if anyone searches my username, like, they get my oldest, like, the oldest, most embarrassing art, because that's what's been around the most, and people just view that automatically, and then I'm just like, but that's not an accurate reflection of what I'm doing now, or sure hope not. You know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean? Or girls, or whatever you identify as. Do any of you know what I mean? Or am I just that confusing? I might just be that confusing, you know? I know. And if I am not that confusing, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I, am somehow, understandable enough that I am not confusing. In fact, yeah, actually, anyone who can understand me deserves some sort of award, both, jokingly and seriously, because I am hard to, get a grasp of. It's hard to get a grasp of what I'm trying to say, usually, because I'm just very confusing. I tend to confuse the crap out of people, both unintentionally and intentionally, every single day of my life, because that's just how I am. That's how I roll. It's just, it depends on the moment. I usually tend to confuse people unintentionally, usually unintentionally, actually, and it just makes for some interesting scenarios. Also, I've been considering for a little bit doing some story times, because I've had some really interesting things happen in my life, and I think that they would make some hilarious story times. The titles might look like clickbait, but I can assure you they would never be. I don't do that. But yeah, actually, I'm gonna see if anyone's actually left a comment. Nobody. Yay! Is anyone else actually viewing? Let me know if you're viewing. I think it's just me. Sweet. Is it even showing what I'm doing? Yes, it is. Good to know. Just checking on my phone there. because that's what I do. But I feel like that's a good, I'm happy I have a phone, honestly. It's a very good thing to have for me. I used to actually, for the longest time, I did not have a phone. I just didn't. And it made life very interesting, because I'd be that kid in class who's just like, yeah, teacher, I don't have a phone, so I can't do whatever the heck you're asking me to do. And they're like, are you sure? I don't know if they believe me or they even care to remember, obviously, because they have however many classes they have, because, you know, it's just what the school makes them do, the district probably makes them do, and, you know, obviously it sucks, but, you know, whatever, and it's always fun. Does anyone have any questions for me? Like, is anyone even viewing this? Because I might just close up shop here soon, if it's the case. Or when I'm done, I'll actually, with this picture, I'll, I don't know what it's considered metaphorically, whatever it's considered, close up shop, you know, because, obviously not literally, because it ain't a shop, but you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? What do I mean? That's a good question. I should probably look into that. I don't know. I don't even know what that was. I'm always very tired, and yeah, I always just need to be more exact about whatever I'm trying to say. After all this, I think I'm gonna, like, kind of go in with some highlights and some shading and go in with the lashes. Some lashes. Licious. Yes, licious. Very licious. Fergalicious, I don't know. I probably need to stop the stream soon. I should, but I don't want to at the same time, because I'm not done with the piece. I want to stop when I'm done with the piece, but I'm not done with the piece, so... you guys are just gonna have to suffer, I'm sorry. Suffer, whether silently or just voice your discomfort in the comments, I guess. I'll take it all in mind. You all just... I don't know. You all are making it through quite well, because I'm made you suffer with my rambling and repeating things. I don't know. What's the terminology for this? How do I articulate this? That's just something I need to ask myself all the time, because I always have issues with articulating things, because, I don't know, being whatever I am is just lovely. You know? It's lovely. Just never properly articulating things, always having to make sure my scripts sound right. Well, I think everyone does that if they make scripts, but you know what I mean! Yeah, I don't know if you know what I mean, but hopefully you know what I mean. If you do, well, cool. It's good to know. Well, let's see. I'm gonna, every so often, I'm just gonna go, oh, let's see, and I'm gonna see if there's anyone viewing at all, if I should even continue the stream. I mean, I will, regardless, but still, just gives me a good idea of what people are feeling here, you know? What y'all are feeling. Okay, I should probably stop, because my singing voice is horrible. In fact... Oh, sweet! There's another viewer! Hello, other viewer. It's awesome. Someone actually wanted to endure something that, whatever my content is, that's awesome. Good luck surviving this awful stream, because I'm not sure how well you'll be able to. You know? Do you know? I don't even know. Do I know anything? Let me know in the comments if you think I know anything. Whatever that thing is. What do and don't I know? Because that'll be an interesting thing. Let's see. See how one of my other videos are doing. I want to see how one of my other videos are doing, and I'll leave a like on it. Just kidding, I won't. It's my own video, I can't really like it. You know, I could like it, but that'd be weird. I'm not allowed to do that. I guess, yeah. Let's see. Other stuff. I'm just checking up on my YouTube, see if anyone's actually enjoying. Oh, whoever's left. Bye. I'm sorry. I think I scared them off. My rambling just scared them. They're like, oh no, I don't know. I don't know about this person. I don't know. So they're just like, I'm out. I'm out. Just left. You know? I don't know. I don't even know if I know. What do I know? That's a good question. What do I know? I don't know what I know. I'm always super tired. I ramble all the time. I say that all the time, but I swear it's true. Well, I guess it's no. I'm just kind of, I'm out of it today. I'm always out of it, actually. Every single day I'm out of it. It's great. Let's see. Ooh, do I want to, let's do some bright pink. Yes, give her some pink highlights in her hair, because that totally goes with everything I'm doing here. Yep. Did I give her freckles? Yes, I did give her freckles. Sweet. Do I want to do that? Yeah. Let's do that. Pink. Sure. And then I could probably go to yellow. Hello, yellow. Yes. And do that. That looks better. That does look better. Oh my goodness. That looks so much better. But ooh. Should I actually add some blue highlights? Ooh. Add some dimension. I say dimension so much. Hey, if anyone actually is keeping track, every time I say dimension, take a glass of orange juice, basically any non-alcoholic, non-toxic substance, just take a drink. Because obviously don't want you guys consuming alcohol if you're underage or anything like that, because that's not something I want you guys to do because of me, okay? So, if you counted how many times I said, dimension in this video, just take a chug of apple, just a swig of apple juice, every time. Swig, drink. What even is swig? It's like drink, right? I should probably look up definitions of words, or actually know the definition of the word before I say it. Huh? That's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know. This is a really long test live stream, isn't it? How long is this thing? Oh my goodness. How long have you been here? I don't know how long you've been streaming. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. That's cool. Nice. I'm watching. One person watching, but two in the top chat. But what about live chat? Yep. Nothing much. Good to know. It's great to know. Don't worry, I'm just like, okay, it's cool. Neato. Ooh, I should probably do my neon green highlights, because that somehow works. The neon green, that works. Yep, I know what I'm doing. I'm not even going to go into the internal debate of whether or not I actually know, because I think you get the idea by now. Hope you get the idea by now. I don't want to have to repeat myself a bunch, more than I already have. Shop around, everybody. Yeah, I usually don't do individual hairs. I just kind of go like this, and bam. Oh no, wake him. No. Walk him, wake him. I've heard, because I think I knew someone, the name Wake 'em or something, and so I'm like, okay. I say wake 'em sometimes, sometimes I say wachem, wake 'em. How are you? Is it supposed to be Wacom, or is it Wakem? I really need to know that. Well, that's an important life question, actually. Just as important as whether stopfers exist, because if go and stop exist, and gophers exist, why don't stopfers exist? Why? They have to exist. Somewhere. Somewhere. I swear they do. I will claim that they exist until someone can ultimately prove to me, just ultimately prove to me whether they exist or not, because They don't exist. They truly don't exist. I want proof. Proof or it's fake. Proof or it's not real. I guess. Should I have some like hairs? There's just a stray hair here too. That's way too thick for a hair. Hawk. Hawk. Do you even know how hair works? Probably not. Do I know how any of our things work? Somewhat. I'm probably the worst person to be taking advice from. Not gonna lie, but you know, you chose whatever this is, and you've chosen it. Well, I appreciate the support for sure. So, question why people would ever go to me for crazy advice. I don't know. Something. It's fine if you do, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not the greatest person out there to be going to for advice. Ooh, I feel like the screen actually does work though. In a weird way, I think it works. If you know what I mean. Let's not go into that. Ooh, I can add some. Ooh, I actually kinda like that. Some green there. Yeah, yes. Some neon green. Don't you know? Neon green looks good. Not many people like green. I tend to find people like really dislike green. I like green. I think Viridian looks really nice. Actually, this Anastasia lipstick, because I got with some Christmas money, I got myself an Anastasia lipstick, and I think it's like a greenish blue color, and it's like really awesome looking, and I'm like, ooh, yes. I think it's been out for like a year or two maybe, and I'm like, I've had my eye on it ever since it came out, and I've been like, ooh, I like that, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that sometime, and I actually ended up getting it. For once, I actually went through with something. It's a new record, guys, gals, whatever you identify as. Oh, sweet, I got a text message. Okay. Also let me know if you want to collage with me sometime. Ooh, do I get collage with someone sometime? Okay. Okay. Good to know. Hi, Pear.Yui. Hello. Sorry I ignored you. Greetings. Greetings. I will reply to you personally with my browser thing, not my phone, because I'm not on my LittleHawk artist account. At Perry.Yui. Perdo? I don't know. Hello. I hope you've been enjoying my awkward ramblings because, you know, I think I scared everyone else away. It's awesome that you have definitely braved whatever this is. That's awesome. I don't know. I don't know. I just get really awkward. I'm always awkward. I don't know. So, if anyone's wondering at this point what I'm drawing, because I think I said it way early on, and just so y'all don't have to go all the way back, I can say it now. You know, this is like something here I did traditionally with Copic today, because I was bored, so I did it. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it digitally on stream. This is what my content should be, because I was just questioning over and over, like, what should it be? And then I'm like, you know what? I did this today traditionally. I'm gonna do it digitally, because that's gonna work out, right? Totally works out every single time. Great idea, Hawk. 10 out of 10. It's a great idea. But yeah. Also, I really like this like brush. I'm not sure, like, here are the settings I have. As you can tell right here, some advanced settings. If you want to take a screenshot of that, if you have Psy or anything like that, yeah, this is what I do. So I use my settings. So if you want to copy that down, that's cool. And I think it works really well for hair, especially because you can just give that impression that there's hair there without like having to go and do every single stroke or anything like that, which I personally don't recommend, but you know, to each their own. I used to do that and it didn't work well with what I was doing. Of course, it can probably work well with whatever you're doing or whatever anyone's doing. I'm sure someone somewhere can make whatever quote-unquote art don't. Not really an art don't, because there's no real do or don't to art besides, obviously legalities of things. But, I guess what many of the, I guess you could say artist community online at least thinks as art don't. I'm sure someone has made that look absolutely wonderful and has shown that, hey, it can be done. You just have to know how to execute it properly. Execution is key. Also, art's subjective, so whether or not something actually looks good is not up for me to decide, but ultimately you, because you can only tell yourself what's good or bad. No one, you can only like really decide for yourself what is good or bad. No one else can really decide for you. You have to kind of decide that on your own. And everyone's definition will vary a little bit, and that's just the beauty of art. The beauty of being an artist. It's the beauty of living in a world that has art, that you get to have your own opinions about it, because your opinion doesn't have to follow what everyone else's is. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think I should be more. Should I do that? Should I highlight that area? No, I probably should not. Should probably, put some more indication that that's whatever it is there, and I'll probably make some indication that this is hair and indeed not skin. Kind of doing some outlining work, so don't mind me. A little outline with purple, with a purpley blue, because that's what I did on the actual piece itself. I did an outline with like purpley blue, and then I did some cool highlights and stuff like that, and I guess it looks snazzy, I suppose. Well, who isn't talk for TBH? I use Drawpile for drawing. That is awesome. Yeah, I've never used it. Is Drawpile good? I'm not sure. I've never used that. I've never heard of it, but I'm sure it's really awesome. If you're going for realistic proportions, there should be a little bit more space between the nose and the mouth. Yeah, I suppose there should be. I mean, it wasn't completely realistic. I don't know. I wanted this thing to have a small face, because right here, I think I was just kind of going for whatever it was here. I was just kind of going for a little painterly thing. Thank you for the critique, though. I'll definitely keep that in mind for future pieces, because that is a very important thing to know. And I really do appreciate critiques. And, yeah, if I am doing something realistic, I will keep that in mind, and I'll definitely have a reference here. My only reference is my art itself, so it's just hopefully I just kind of go for something. Or, I don't know if the realistic, will this be realistic proportions? I'm not sure, but I'll definitely keep it in mind when I do something with super realistic proportions. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate every critique, even if I don't implement it into my art piece that I'm working on, or that current art piece that you critiqued immediately, or at all. Like, I'll definitely keep it in mind for the future. So, thank you. Thank you very much. It's free, and then we use people on the same campus, and it doesn't have many brush things, but find a way to work with it. Cool! That's actually really cool, huh? I'm gonna have to take a look into that. Is it for the, is it like iOS or Android, or is it like a computer thing? That's something cool. I might look into it. Usually when it comes to me and drawing multiple people, or references in general, I use DAZ 3D. I don't know. Something cool. And there's some brush set. It doesn't have, oh, it's a computer program. Cool. I might take a look into it, actually. That seems really interesting. I'll take a look into it. I've actually been thinking about doing some other things with art too, such as some animations. Definitely have an idea for OC animations, but before I do that, I gotta get what I've been talking about with the OC chats isn't talking about my characters out there for my comic first, because I feel like, talking about the characters and or saying what their backstories are kind of is important. It kind of gives context to what they do. I've said it a million times, but yeah, at least for the YouTube audience or anything, I feel like with the characters. But yeah, I'm gonna do that and then go into there, do the character talks, and then the comic, and then maybe some animation. But okay, I'll read this comment. I used to like Sai, but now I feel like the distance between the pen was drawn on the screen. If you can understand what I mean, it's weird. Yeah, it definitely is weird. When I first used Sai, I definitely noticed that, and I was like, ah, I'm not sure what to do. I think I just kind of grew used to it, but like I totally understand that gripe. I think if I know what you're talking, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there is kind of like a distance between like the pen and what's drawn, like kind of like what you put down, like there's just kind of a, it's not necessarily what you think, like you should be on there sometimes. I don't know, if that makes sense. Like I understand. Yeah, there's a kind of weird thing with that, but you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I don't know, but I think I just kind of got, I guess it kind of grew on me, because, I don't know, to me, especially, I've had that sort of issue as well with, when I'm having pen issues, or if it's not calibrated properly, so always make sure to look into the pen calibration settings, not just you, but anybody, when it comes to, like, the distance. Go into whatever, if you have like Wacom or Fusion or whatever it is, look into the actual settings and go to the pen and try to calibrate it for whatever you need to do, and it might help. Also, it's kind of, yeah, I can kind of see what you mean though, because like sometimes it's like slightly, the distance is just slightly off. The distance is off, I see that. So, yeah. I will say though, on the topic of art programs, and this is something I fell in love with recently, and it definitely has a learning curve to it. Like, I didn't like how many of the brushes, like, that are painterly for it don't blend automatically, but the textured blending brush is something I like because it doesn't distort things too much. But I like Krita for more painterly looks, or if I'm going over with my comic, sometimes I go over, like, with my comic, my page, and I will use it to sharpen things up and make just kind of like adjust the contrast settings, and I enjoy it for that. For me, it's kind of like using a free version of Photoshop. I mean, keep in mind I only have, what, Photoshop 7, I think? That is it. It's like that my uncle got me a while ago. Yeah, Adobe Photoshop 7.0. That's a very old version, but, you know, I think it works better than that, but I've used like regular Photoshop before on friends' computers, and I've found it works pretty similarly, but not the same, obviously. Of course, nothing can really, you know, nothing's Photoshop unless it's Photoshop necessarily, but, you know, there are some nice free alternatives out there, and I definitely think on the topic of art programs, Krita is a nice one for touching things up, especially for Photoshop things. Sorry if that makes any sense. I ramble a lot. That's like usually why I script. My throat's feeling sore. Probably get a throat lozenge. Does make sense. Okay, thank you. Like, I confuse people a lot. I just go on rambles. What was that purple there? I should probably add it into here because eyebrow. I'm just going based off of my eyebrow. My eyebrow is pretty messy, so I have like stray hairs everywhere. I don't know. I feel like I am the type of girl who just doesn't, or person in general that just doesn't pluck their eyebrows except for like in the middle, so I don't get a unibrow. That's the only area I pluck, and like maybe at the sides, so it doesn't go into my hairline. But I don't know. It's just on the topic of eyebrows there. Should I make a little waterline? Hold on. It's fine. I ramble for so long, honestly. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. I'm so glad. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. That's why I usually, for me, that's why I have to do scripts. I used to not do scripts, and I'd be kind of alright, but, you know, at least for the OC chats, those will be semi-scripted, so I can, you know, explain what's going on, character's backstory, because there's some real confusing stuff in there, if it's not explained. Yeah. I think I scared a lot of people away with my rambling, though, because they're just kind of like, you know. I think I scare some people away. I just pluck the ones that go, Wait for most of everyone like below it. Oh yeah. I usually don't do it. I don't know why. I just don't. I think I'm just lazy. I'm probably just lazy. I'm like, that, and it gives me horror stories of this one time. I think it was when I was younger, and I shaved a bunch of my eyebrows because I tried to get that one thing where the eyebrow's just a dot. Like I have a character with that. Well, I didn't at the time, but I thought that looked cool, and I was like really young. I think I was like in elementary school, and I tried to do that. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I don't do it. I've done it once or twice, but you know, I don't really do it. But you know, if it gets out of control, I totally understand. Yeah, me too. But yeah, it always reminds me of the time that I was dumb in elementary school and I shaved off most of my eyebrow, trying to get that circle eyebrow look. If you know where the eyebrow is just like, where it's just like this, and like this is the person's eye, like that. Like that, you know what I mean? Like this sort of look. That's what I did, and yeah, I tried to cover it, but I couldn't. Elementary school me was I was really dumb back then. I was dumb. Like, pro tip to anyone, don't do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really funny. I can't do that to my eyebrows. They've grown back, thank God. But, they were bad. Oh, that was like, that was a while ago, but that was really bad when I did that. I've definitely wisened up since then. But keep in mind, younger me was not the brightest person. Like, I broke my tailbone one time when I think I was like, 6 or 7, and it was like icy out, and there's this skate park ramp, or not skate park, basically, kind of near my home, and I got to the tallest one, and it was icy out, it was slippery, and I tried to run down Sonic the Hedgehog style, and then I fell, and I broke my tailbone. It was not fun, but that gives you a look into how bright I was as a young child. I feel like that would make a really funny story. Oh, cool, you go to an art school. Oh, cool. I totally want to go to art school, actually. I'm looking into that. But yeah, I was really dumb as a child. I was just like, just runs down skate park ramp, falls. Ah! My parents weren't sure what to do about it, so they just like, I guess you still have to do swimming lessons. I guess, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't look half bad. I think I might adjust the contrast a little. If I were to see how much it deviated. Oh yeah, definitely deviated. Layer duplicate. Duplicate that layer. Make it more opaque. So it didn't break any bones. I did. I must be fragile. I tend to be very twig-like. I think I was fairly twig-like. I still am, but I have more meat on me than I did then. I was very twig-like. I appeared very twig-like, so there wasn't much of a, barrier. Not as in very twig-like. People thought I was way too skinny, but I wasn't. I don't know, I think of metabolism. I have a bunch of bruises, yeah. That also happened to me. Yeah, it was cool. A bit of eyebrow shave, a bit of eyebrow shave, then shaved, then a bit of eyebrow shave. Okay. I think I know someone who's kind of like that. Not quite like that. I'm imagining someone whose eyebrows are kind of like this. Like that. If that makes any sense. That's what I'm imagining, but I'm not sure. Like that? Is it like that? The person's eyebrow? That sort of deal? Because I've ran into someone where it's similar. Not that far apart. Yeah, where it's kind of similar to that, but like, it's just kind of like that. There's a little thing here. I think it's for a piercing. They used to have a piercing there. It's kind of like that. That is, but not as much space in between. Yeah, that's a very exaggerated illustration there. But, yeah. Yeah. I always wanted to go to an art school. I feel like that would be interesting, but I don't. I take some art classes with a very chill art teacher, to say the least. They're very cool. the only art teacher that lets their kids use expensive supplies, I think. I'm like, why do you do that? And it's like, I trust you guys. I worked in some not so nice schools. Oh, it's an art high school. Oh, I think I've heard about those. Where it's like, I think like where you work like at the high school, okay, art high school. I think I've heard about those. Totally wanted to try one of those, but at the same time, as much as I hate my high school, I'm not gonna transfer because I love the band program in it. I just love their band program. I think we have a very cool show next year where we're gonna have like we're gonna have like a light up thing with our uniforms. It's gonna be really cool. And, like coordinate something with the color guard in the pit. It's gonna be really cool. Ooh, some extra highlights! Wow! Oh, it's the only one in the country. Cool! Cool. It's cool though. Hopefully it's good. But, yeah, I think there might be one I'm at, but I'm not sure my state, but I'm not sure if it's any good. I'm gonna guess it's decent, but I can't guarantee, because public schooling isn't great. It's pretty good, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. That's actually really cool. Nice. Ooh, I like to use some crazy colors when I do my art sometimes. I do some unconventional methods sometimes when I'm doing art, like, it's a weird method. People look at me weirdly when I do it. They're like, why are you doing that with Copics? But, I will just draw in straight ink pen, like, ballpoint pen, and then I'll just go over straight with Copics, not caring if it smears, because I think it adds, like, a level of dimensionality that I just kind of like. I don't know what it is. I've done it before, and it always looks cool when I do it. And I usually use, like, a blue or a purple, like, ballpoint pen, like, the Bic, I think it's the Bic Crystal, that, but purple or blue. That's like the dark ones. The dark purple or blue. That tends to look kind of cool. For some reason, I like the way it looks. It's a weird method I'd use, but I'd use it not often, but I used to use it a lot. Not as quite as often anymore because I don't want to completely stain my Copics, but you know, it's a fun thing to do. I don't know. It's a weird method for sure. Definitely want things to be very cartoonish out there. Not really cartoonish enough, man, but it's there. It is there. What else? Save. I kind of want to like. So then I can duplicate the layer, and then I can definitely fiddle with the contrast. Well, first off, I should probably just look at it. No, that's too saturated. But color deepen, should I deepen the color? Like according to that. Nah. Do I want to add the freckles either, or nah? Actually, how about I add the freckles first? I just get like really, like, I just kind of get into deep discussion with myself when it comes to my art and that sort of thing. Because I was like, ooh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not very good at freckles. I just kind of do some dots and hope they work. I think if I had a brush that would probably look more like, not quite an airbrush, but not quite like a particle brush that kind of had this sort of effect, I feel like I could probably make one up. But if I did that, I feel like it would just kind of look more natural. And just less, like, obvious, like, oh yeah, she just put some dots in there and hope they work. I don't know, I feel like freckles are an interesting thing to do, because you can either mess them up, like, really bad, or, like, make them look like, or unless you're going for, like, a super cartoonish exaggeration, like they can even, like, either look really, really artificial, or just, like, kind of decent, or, like, really good. I don't know, that's what I tend to find. My personal opinion, though. Freckles. They are, though. They are so weird to draw, because, like, I don't want to just do dots and there's again. Also, where do I post my comic? I post it on my DeviantArt, but, I do recommend looking into the character bios in the comic prior to doing that. I highly recommend that, because otherwise you'll be like, what the heck is this character doing? Oh, wait, what? Wait, I don't... It'll be very confusing, to say the least. My DeviantArt, that's where I post it, though. LittleHawk-artist. If you really want to read, you can, but I highly recommend looking into all the bios I have, which you'll see for characters I only have a few out, and that's because, like, the rest I'll just kind of implement them as they appear in the comic, but, I just wanted to get some out. I have some for, Thalia, Natasha, Tiki, Bardu, Angus, May, Chris, Faye, and Reginald. I believe that's all I have out right now. And I recommend reading those in full, and also some of the species lore, like Baharwin, Dryadalis Elementum, can't pronounce Latin, and and the Satyr Liscus, or whatever the word fry is, or vision, lore, because it'll definitely give some insight, and it'll definitely lessen the confusion. You don't use DeviantArt. I'm so sorry. I think I have my DeviantArt probably linked in a few videos. It's, you can probably just go on to, I don't know where, if you're viewing this on mobile or, from your browser, but, or just like, you know, laptop or computer, but, you can just look up LittleHawk-artist. I'm sorry for the old art you'll probably see pop up, but, you know, it's there. Should I probably blur this a little bit? I feel like these should be slightly blurred. Just slightly blurred. Do I want to slightly blur that? Do I want to slightly blur it? I don't even know what that's like a weird, awful southern accent on my end, but I just want to slightly blur it just to make it look more natural and not awful. But I do recommend looking at the character bios before you go outright read the comic. That's just my recommendation, because it'll really lessen the confusion, let me tell you. Because otherwise you'll be like, what the heck is going on? Why is that character doing that? That doesn't make sense. And then when you read the character bio, it'll be like, oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. That's in character for that person. Alright, you know. Yeah. But, yeah. Also, am I the only one, like, I'm debating whether I even want to have DeviantArt mobile. Like, I mostly have it to check notifications to see if anyone commented or anything. But, like, it crashes for me so badly. It's so awful. And I'm like, why? I don't like that, how often it crashes. DeviantArt needs to fix their mobile system. I don't know if you ever had that, but it's really bad. It's bad, in my opinion. Like, at least because I can't like read too much, or if anyone's posted out, like, going, oop, it stopped working again. Want to report it? And I'm like, nothing will happen. Sometimes, in those cases, reports usually don't do anything unless you have, like, evidence of something if you're doing some random stuff. Random crap. Ooh, I could probably do that. Just kind of blended it in. Woo. Not really blend, but just kind of get something in there that looks a little better. Ooh, but because this highlighted bit just kind of, ooh, that makes it a little bit, look a little better. It just kind of looks off there. Ooh, that looks better. Better, yes. It's just LittleHawk artist. I can probably pull it up just what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm on my thing. So, when it comes to my comic, and you'll see it here, my gallery, I'll pull up the things that are especially important to read, and there's some on the other page. But there's this character, this is some lore. Let's see what else. Do I have any lore here? Nope. No. I don't. Here's some lore. This. Oh wait, no, there's Mike. Some characters. There's a lot of things. I know it'll be a lot of reading, but trust me, it's very. I mean, you don't have to necessarily go on the other characters, but the most important for sure, like Tiki and things. One story. I might go short comic. Ooh, cool! That's awesome. Yeah. Honestly, inspiration. Whether like dreams, like they're really good inspiration. They're really good inspiration when it comes to comics. In fact, some of my future scenes for my comic that I am planning, they definitely entail some cool things that I dreamt up of. So, dreams are great inspiration when it comes to any sort of art, you know? Like, it's a lot of people get inspiration from. I also feel like my best ideas come at night. It's just a thing. I feel like there has to be, like, a scientific study into that, because, like, what is up with it? Why do they always come at night? Why when I'm trying to sleep? It does look better than this. Although, I feel like the highlights here should be, like, a little greener. A little greener. Just to match up with the other picture. Ooh. Should I make the background like a little bit of a green? That might like make it seem a little softer. Not soft. It's not exactly soft, but just a little more put together. Like I know what I'm doing. Just kinda, I don't know. Just using some weird methods that aren't exactly good, but some good bios when it comes to my comic. Like, you don't have to read the extra character bios if you don't want to, but I feel like the most important ones to read are Tiki and Natasha's, and then the species lore, I feel like is also kind of important to read. Like, you don't have to read any of them if you don't want to, and this is just the comic cover here. I mean, it has it, it's there, it's something. I did it in Krita, sketched out traditionally, that I did in Krita with a dry ass. And yeah, there's this is just some weird sketching, but I have some things here, there's some cool things here, and there's just some things with age, just things with fashion, maybe there's also just what they look like, some of the abilities they can have, some of the things, I mean, a lot more, it'll be more explained and explored in the comic for sure. Baharians, which are not dwarves. They're not to be mistaken with dwarves. They are technically something different because they're a part dwarf, but they're also part elf and human. So they can't technically be considered a dwarf because of the other two species that are combined in there. So, you know. These are also Seto, Treshliscus, which are basically heavily inspired off of Satyr. I just kind of did my own little twists. If you know what just kind of my own little twist on things. Yeah, I'll read them. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, Natasha, she's very important. I'll definitely get into it when it's the OC chat, and I'll probably do it in live stream format because it'll be easier to answer everyone's questions on a live stream. But she's definitely one of those characters that'll be very interesting to explain, as well as Tiki. Tiki is fun. She's fun. Definitely not the greatest person. I'll say that. I'll admit that she's not a good person. Oh no, she does some horrible stuff, and it's great. It's great. Yeah. Then, yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like the bare minimum when it comes to the whole the OC chats or just reading the bios. Definitely, I think Natasha and Tiki, and then the species lore, that could be kind of minimum, and the others are just, if you want to, you can, just more of an if you want to sort of deal, but, you know, not a definite, like, thing for context, if that makes sense. Like, it's just, the color does not look like that. That's better. It's all better. And then I feel like I might like have like a, what if I have like a soft, I don't know, duplicate the layer just so I don't screw things up too badly. I just kind of want to have an idea of what to do here. Like, what if I did like a really soft eraser, and just kind of like on the outline, just to make it a little less harsh. Not there, not right there, a little bit like this. Ooh. Thank you, though. I do appreciate that for sure. Yeah. You get some interesting things. I'll definitely do some not OC. What's an OC? Okay, anyway, OC chats. You know, out there. But I just feel like, yeah. I feel like maybe tomorrow, provided I don't have, like, a crap ton of homework, which I could, because I have advanced classes. But, you know, provided I don't have too much homework, I might be able to do some OC chats tomorrow. Big might, not a definite. definitely it's questionable whether I'll get it done tomorrow, but I think I might be able to at least do Natasha's tomorrow, because hers is going to be a long one, but also a very interesting one to get through, because hers is probably among the more complex on the whole. Oh hey, I exist. Hello, other person. Greetings. I appreciate your viewership. This is awesome. Mizuki Odur. Not sure how to pronounce that, but greetings to you. It seems you have stumbled across my art and my stream, and I appreciate your viewership. What's up? Yeah, weird work. Oh, I did! Awesome! Awesome! That's cool. I know, having people pronounce names could be interesting on live streams, or in general. I am? Oh, thank you! I'm glad you enjoy my work. Honestly, I appreciate it. Man, I want to say something to people who but yeah, I mostly talking about things. God, we get all sorts of things, but it's very interesting, okay, interesting. Nice. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. I could put this in to read it. Should I put this? Because I don't need to see my other files, but at the same time. PNG, and it's gonna show my own stuff. Oh shoot, I'm sorry about this part. I don't want people to see that. Away, yeah. Test it, PNG. Each pixel have opacity. It was a little bit my personal information there. I didn't know whatever. Sorry about that. But, you know, it's one of those things. I just kind of get that. Okay, well, it's like that. I'm gonna kind of get rid of that because I'm just doing it inside. Okay, let's delete this. I'm gonna kind of make the background a green color, a nice common green. Does that seem like it would work? I hope it works. Okay, nice. Oh no, that is not the background. Okay. That. And should I make that little dark little egg shape? I think that little dark egg shape is the dark black egg shape. Not black, but like a dark cool gray. So I think I'll do it in this way. Just a cool toned gray. Sure. Interesting fact. No one knew this about me, but I actually have an egg allergy. So, woo! It's the most fun allergy ever because everyone's like, "You're allergic to eggs." So thank you. Green is a great color. I like the color. Maybe it's not my top favorite color, although Viridian Green is one of my favorite colors. But my favorite color is orange. Even though I don't wear much orange, I do like orange. I do have an orange handbag. I like the color. It's very vibrant. It's very lively. I also like the scent of oranges. Not so much the taste. Sometimes I like orange juice. Sometimes, like a San Pellegrino blood orange. That's good. But that's the only time I like oranges. Otherwise. But hey, I'm gonna go. It's really late, but good luck with drawing. Alright, thanks for watching me. I appreciate the fact that you watched as long as you did. And yeah, like green, white, yellow, and teal. Cool! Yellow's a really fun color. He's a fun color. And see ya, Peridot Yui. Actually, fun fact. I'll let y'all know something. Let's use an orange soda. Orange soda is good, though. Orange soda is good. Okay, I can agree with that one. Orange soda's pretty good. But something interesting about yellow. I don't know if people know this. I don't know how many people know this, or if this is a well-known fact, but it's a fact. Trust me, it is. But, basically, yellow can mean a bunch of different things. I don't know. I'm just really interested by it because I have to look into color theory with character designs. But, yellow, actually, depending on the saturation, you could actually give a different feel with color yellow. And not just the saturation, just like kind of the lightness as well. Because if you have a light generally not a punchy yellow. You give a happy, sunny feeling. You can get a very happy vibe, maybe a more pleasant vibe. And if you have a very punchy, bright yellow, usually, for some reason, and I think I know why, it's probably the hazard symbol, I'm guessing, that's probably what it is, but with humans, at the very least, it tends to have a dangerous feel to it, kind of maybe a bit more electrifying feel to it, just kind of more dangerous in a way. And then a darker yellow, and that's not necessarily as punchy as the bright, dangerous yellow, or quote-unquote dangerous yellow, is actually what makes people think of something old, which is kind of interesting. I find that very interesting. Maybe it's just because I have to look into color theory and things like that a lot, because I'm want to go into character designs. Is that even a phrase? It is now. But yeah. Also, hello all my viewers. Hello to all my viewers. Hello, viewers. What even is grammar? What even is being grammatically correct? What you say? Oh man. Why? Oh, that's on the erase button. Okay. Am I the only one who, okay, so main colors are cyan. Cool. It's actually really cool. Main colors are cyan, magenta, everything is red. Yeah, that's true. Magenta and yellow. I think, yeah, I've done that before. And blue, magenta, and cyan. But you can't make yellow, so basically yellow's in everything. That is true. Also, I heard it's yeah, I've heard that too, because that makes you not hungry, because this place isn't open anymore, but there used to be an all-you-could-eat pizza buffet near me. I know, sounds very interesting, but basically that used to be a thing near me, and basically people would have pizza eating contests there, and I knew people who would eat like 40 slices of pizza in one sitting. Yeah, that's not necessarily the greatest idea, but they did that, and they would always say, don't go for the blue plate because you won't be able to eat as much. It's true. I always went for the blue plate, and I always felt more full than usual. You know? Yeah, it's an interesting thing, yeah. Heard that before, too. That's where I remember that from. I'll always remember that. Yeah, that was actually true. Yeah. It is. It's kind of cool. It is true. I might go put this into Krita, but I don't know if I want to, because, like, I've already shown enough of my files that say my name, so, yeah. I don't want to show off my personal information on the internet all the time, so, I'm not sure how much I'll keep this stream up for, so I might end soon. I'm sorry, because I'm, like, getting close to the end of this, so, my bad. Also, yes, I can probably put it over here, but kind of, should I center it? But at the same time, if you over-center something, it can kind of look off. I don't know. How weird does it look? Boop, boop, boop. It kind of leans this way, but does it really matter? Like, leans. Okay, cool. Yeah, I might be getting going soon, you know, because it's not late, but I think I might have said a few times, I don't know, that I might end the stream when I, end my piece. So I've just been dragging this on because I like interacting with you all, you know? Because it's fun to interact with people who appreciate my content. I don't know. Maybe it's just me who thinks that. I have no idea. But yeah, let's see what's shown on the stream. Yeah, I'm pretty close to done. Yeah, so basically, I could be getting done. So, yeah, hopefully it's fine with y'all, cause, you know, it's not too late for me, but I'm done with my piece, so, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, same here, because, you know, I appreciate all my viewers. Also, if you're wondering what that is, it's one of my characters. Also one of my characters. Just subtly putting that out there, not so subtly putting that out there for when I do chats or live streams talking about my OCs for my comic, or characters in my comic. especially Natasha and Tiki, because they're the main ones, as judging by that. But, it's a little sneak peek. It's a little sneak peek. And, yeah, I might get going soon, so, next time that I live stream, it will be talking about this character here, the one with the very, messed up nose and, very, interesting appearance, Natasha. I'll be talking about her the next time I live stream. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get going now. This is Hawk, signing out. Thank you to anyone and anyone else who has watched or is currently watching, because I am ending the stream as I am speaking. So, yeah, this is Hawk, signing out. Have a good day or night, wherever it is, and have a great time.